Okay, well, if you wouldn't mind sitting, and we'll see how you feel at the end of this speech. So that's the greatest challenge. I just want to say thank you to Mary. What an amazing introduction. And I am so inspired by you. You know, I am so grateful for today for so many reasons. I'm grateful for all of you being here to celebrate women in financial services. I especially want to thank my parents, Jim and Eleanor Guyan, who came here all the way from Wisconsin in the snow to make it. So thank you. I would like to thank all my friends and family from California, from Arizona, from Colorado, and from Minnesota. And obviously, all of you, I consider you all friends now. So thank you for being here. But I want to talk a little bit today about embracing the unexpected. You see, I didn't expect this award. I didn't expect such a lovely introduction. And I certainly didn't expect to work with so many amazing women from the Financial Women of San Francisco to create this scholarship award. And we've seen so many incredible scholarship recipients. But I have learned that 2019 is a year of the unexpected. And to embrace the unexpected, because I have learned that over and over again in our lives, when the unexpected happens, you can actually find pure joy. But during that time, sometimes it's a little scary. So for those of you who know me, and for those of you who don't know me, I can only imagine what you're thinking right now. Like, possibly, couldn't they have found someone more qualified for this award? Like, maybe someone who has a job? Well, in all honesty, when I was selected for the award, I led the retail part of one of the largest publicly traded firms in this country. And I worked with one of the highest performing teams. I went to work every day with such joy. Our team set records for 5 years as I led retail, and assets under management, client satisfaction, and employee engagement. We were running on all cylinders. There was actually an article in the Wall Street Journal about the retail growth that we experienced at our firm. It was a very, very exciting time. I was also mentoring many talented people across the firm because it always is and always will be a priority for me. So let's go back to July 22nd, the day of the unexpected. It was a day like every other day. I'm on the 6:30 ferry, just like you saw in the video. I'm in my office by 7:12, like clockwork. I've got some time to prepare for a meeting with our chairman to go over quarterly results. I run in the kitchen, grab some scrambled eggs and bacon, go back in my office, start studying, ready for the day. Well, at 7:30, my boss came into my office. And this might seem uneventful to you, but for me, it was very telling. You see, I have not had a meeting with my boss in my office for over 5 years. So I thought, wonder what this is about. So we talked for a minute, we sat down at the table, and this is where the very scary part came. My boss told me, due to restructuring and expense management, we need to let you go. And I thought to myself, oh, well, that's big news for today. Wasn't something I was totally expecting. So I realize at this level, these decisions are not always made on performance. And ultimately, we need to be ready for the unexpected. I realized there was another executive vice president at the same time who was let go at the same time due to restructuring. So what do? You keep going, right? So my best friend and my husband showed up, and within an hour and a half, we packed our boxes. We walked out the door, we put the boxes in the car, and started to drive down the road of the unexpected. And I can tell you that I unexpectedly went through a half a bottle of wine during that time. And I know you're all smart, so you know what time it was. So, we went through the day. I thought that was a scary day, but guess what? The day after was even scarier. I woke up in the morning and scratched my head and said, well, now, why was I let go? And then, more questions. What is my identity? What is my purpose? What happens to my mentees? And you know what? I thought about all of you as well. I thought about you when I was writing this speech. I thought about, what are you going to think of me, the first unemployed financial woman of the year? But we kept going. I'm the sole breadwinner for my family. How do we pay for college, medical benefits, all these serious questions. There were a couple others, though, that maybe not as significant, but just as important. Did I leave my favorite pair of shoes in my closet office? I'm not sure. And, now that I'm going to have this time to go to volleyball and soccer games, do I really want to spend that much time with those parents? In my previous role, I used to make 100 decisions a day before 9 o'clock. And now, my biggest decision on this day was, do I make chicken pitas or chicken pasta for my family? These are real feelings. I'm still a mom, a sister, a friend, and a wife. But what is my purpose? I would have never expected these thoughts, never experienced these questions. I can obviously joke about this now, but at the time, it was totally unexpected. Just when you think things are falling apart, they might just be falling into place. Let me give you a few examples of the so many positive things that fell into place. In the last week, I went to 3 soccer games and a full weekend of volleyball tournaments, and guess what? The parents are really nice. It's working out. And I need to show you, these were my favorite shoes, I thought, that I may have left in the closet. So it all turns out good. But in all seriousness, my support group came together so well. I've spent the last 20 years helping, supporting, mentoring others, and it's truly come back to me in multiples. A past employee that used to work for me spontaneously sent a recommendation letter to the chairman of a Fortune 500 firm, asking him to consider me as their leader in a very important role because he felt like the organization needed my leadership. 1 week after the restructure, I was actually in Bali, pretending to be Julia Roberts in Eat, Pray, Love. And I was at a yoga retreat. Now, I gotta tell you, this was a bucket list item that I had wanted to do for years, and I had planned it all out. And so who would have thought that this would be my first vacation where I'm not doing email, I'm not doing teleconference calls, and I'm not having to worry about what's happening in the market. I unexpectedly got to watch my daughter Sarah make the varsity volleyball team. I unexpectedly got to travel cross-country with my 22-year-old son as he started his new life, his new career in Minnesota. That's 31 hours, 2,200 miles. And I told my son, I don't think I've spent this much time with you continuously since I was on maternity leave. And I unexpectedly got to see my other daughter, Ellie, teach young children at Camp Galileo math and science on a weekday. None of this could have happened without that unexpected day in July. You know, I still have a few questions about my purpose and where I'm going to contribute next. But those questions are no longer daunting. They're exciting to me. Don't get me wrong, the next time that something unexpected happens, I fully anticipate going through the scary phase again. But now I know it's all about the opportunity. I want to leave you with this quick call to action. Think about how you can turn the unexpected into a positive. I recently read the book, The Year of Yes, by Shonda Rhimes. She spent a year saying yes to the unexpected. I encourage you all to read the book and try a new way of thinking and believing. I will quote her in my message to you below. I want to thank all of the women in this room, all of the women who are not in this room, and all of the women who should be in this room. Those who came before us and did the trailblazing to make the unexpected expected for women in financial services. These are our sisters who went before us and handled it. I am grateful for all the members of the Financial Women of San Francisco to help lead the way with hard work and dedication. So hopefully, we will fill a room like this 100 times this size when we are all gone. The scholarship is one way to make this happen. So I'm just they've done such a good job sharing it, but I want to remind you again, this is the way to fill this room 100 times this size. Thank you for all of your support. I am truly grateful.